Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. How's
So,
everything?
yeah, everything's going on well. Yeah, as expected. How are you? How is your day going so far?
All good, all good. Just the weather is a bit cloudy and it's been raining since this morning.
Yeah, likewise. Even here, I'm from Karnataka, and
Mhm.
the weather here it's raining like from 2 or 3 days. It's continuously raining off and on, but it is cloudy and rainy. Yeah.
Same here, same here.
Okay, right. So we'll start with introduction.
Sure. You want me to
Yeah.
go first or you want to go first?
Either ways is okay with me.
All right, let me go first then. So, my name is Ubaid Parker. I live in a small town called Chiplun, which is about 4.5 hours away from Mumbai. And I have done a distance learning degree in English literature. I've got over 13 years of work experience in the English language field, whether it comes to voice and accent training, coaching, teaching, all kinds of things. And I've been associated with clapingo for the past 1.5 to 2 years, I believe. And I have a 2.5-year-old daughter. I live with my parents and my wife and my 2.5-year-old daughter.
Okay, wonderful. Lovely to know about you. So my name is Shanta, and I'm from a small city called as Raichur, which is in Karnataka, South India. Um, I am a computer science engineering graduate. I used to work as a software engineer in the IT industry more than a decade ago, after which I had to get married and move abroad. I lived there for around 8 to 9 years. After coming back, I was just doing homemaking and growing the family. I have two children. My daughter is 11 and my son is 6. So, yeah, a decade of my life went in bringing them up. Once my son was at school, I started looking for work again. I worked as a trainer for one of the spoken English platforms. After that, I started my own YouTube channel. So, as of now, I'm
Nice.
just doing YouTube.
So, for how long have you been on YouTube?
It's been 1.5 years.
Okay, that's nice. So, what triggered you, or what was the motivation behind starting a YouTube channel?
Yeah, like I told you, I used to work as a trainer on a spoken English platform, and I saw people recording the sessions and uploading on their YouTube channel. So I wanted myself to be my own boss. So I thought, let me do this, let me record, and I have a channel of my own, and let's see how it goes. So it worked well for me. So here.
Nice. Okay. You look so young. You don't look like a person who has an 11-year-old daughter. Gosh.
Uh, yes, yeah. Many people tell me that, but yeah, my daughter is 11 and she almost looks like my sister because her growth is rapid. So she's
Mhm.
almost my height now. So
Oh, really?
yes, she's quite tall.
Oh, gosh. And she's only 11. Imagine once she reaches 18, you're going to have to look up at her and speak.
I really hope so, but at some point, the growth stops. They don't grow taller. So that's my fear that I want her to grow taller, at least be 5'7", 5'8". So I don't know what will happen with her.
A girl's height usually stops at 18,
Mm,
whereas when it comes to men, they usually stop growing at the age of 21.
right, right. Yeah. I like it. I like it when people are tall and well built. Uh, so that's my thought for her. Let's see.
Uh, So, what kind of content do you upload on YouTube? Only spoken English videos?
Yes, basically spoken English videos, and majority of them are conversations. I upload solo videos as well on how to learn English better and some tips now and then. But majorly, it's about conversations.
Okay, so you and I can have a nice conversation then.
Definitely looking forward to it.
So, what would you like to choose? I mean, it's an open table. What kind of topic would you like to speak about?
I'm open to anything, and maybe a general discussion is still fine. I just want to know your passion about English and how did you get into teach English?
So, the thing is that I'm actually a native speaker. English is my first language. I was
Oh,
actually born in Cape Town, South Africa.
okay,
Okay.
wow.
So, when I came to India, I got all my documentation and everything, and then I started looking for jobs. Okay, this was at a young age. Um, at the time that I was looking for jobs, the BPO sector, the call center industry, it was huge.
Mm.
So I decided, okay, let's give it a go. Maybe I'll start taking calls and earn a salary. Now, the first company that I applied for, I went for a one-on-one interview, and during the operations round, uh,
Mhm.
usually the operations round for an agent goes on for like a maximum of 15 minutes. However, mine lasted 45 minutes. So
Okay.
I didn't know what was happening. And the HR told me, okay, just have a seat outside. I said, okay. Um, 20 minutes went by and they came to me and they said that the manager, they don't want you to apply as an agent. They want you to apply as a voice and accent trainer because of your language. I said, okay. And that's how my career started. I started off as a voice and accent trainer. So my passion grew in teaching and coaching and training and all of these things because of that one shot that I got back then, you know.
Mhm. Mm.
Um, and ever since then, whatever company I joined, I was always a voice and accent trainer. I was always a language coach. I was always a voice coach. Always with multinational companies, people, companies from Australia, the UK, the USA, obviously. So that's how I started, the passion in teaching.
Wow, that's lovely to know. And it is just perfect. Your voice and the pace, obviously, you're a trainer. Sometimes it happens that when I'm too excited, the speed of my speech increases and I just keep talking at a greater speed and fast. How do we maintain that composure in the speech? How do we maintain, speak slowly and at the same speed most of the time throughout the conversations? Is there any tips that you would like to share?
Well, when it comes to speaking, see, it's okay at times to go a little bit faster because, again, your voice is an indication of your emotions, right?
Correct. Yeah.
Now, when you are, let's say, when you're speaking with someone normally, having a normal conversation, your pace might be normal, right?
Mm.
Now, when you are speaking about a tragic event or when you speak about something that is sad,
Right.
something that was unforeseen, usually your pace will become slower because your emotions will come out as, you know, when you're speaking slower, your emotions come out that, okay, this person is hurting on the inside.
Mm.
And when you are happy, like over the moon happy, or you're excited about something, usually the pace increases because your emotions are playing with your voice. Your emotions, you are expressing your emotions through your voice. And that is fine when your speed increases. However, you need to know that always speaking fast is never the key. You can never just always have a fast speech,
Right.
right? You need to know that, okay, if I'm maybe going to, let's say, for example, as an example, if you are a teacher, if you're a tutor, or
Mm.
no matter what it might be, and let's say that you have a class of 30 to 40 people, right? The reason that a person cannot speak fast is because you do not know whether everyone will be able to understand you if you're speaking too fast, right?
Right.
So I won't say be monotonous
Mm.
because even with a normal pace, you can still play with your tone, right? Your tone can
Mm.
go high, it can go low, but you can maintain a normal pace. Just play with your tone. Try playing with your tone. You will even see that playing with your tone uh, will also help you in minimizing your speed as well.
Mm. Right. Yeah. Wonderful explanation. So it was something out of the box which I had not thought about. So thank you for sharing your knowledge. I would also like to ask you about accent. So since you are an accent trainer, which accent according to you is the best, and what do you have to say about Indian accent of English?
Okay. So I would say the best accent to have is a neutral accent, the kind of accent that you have. Okay. Reason. Now, I will take, I will first give you a small example and then I'll give you a larger scale example. Okay. Let's first start with a small scale.
Mm.
When a person, if you go to any part of India, right, the northern people, people from the northern side, even if they speak in English, they'll have a different accent. West, different accent. East, different accent. Southern, different accent, right? Because maybe because of their mother tongue influence, number one. So having a neutral accent will guarantee that no matter where you are, people will understand you, okay? Because you are enunciating in a way where people are able to understand everything that you are saying because you are not putting on an accent, right? Let's look at a larger scale.
Mm.
People from the United States have a different accent. Australia have a different accent. UK, different accent. Scotland, Ireland, they all have different accents, right? Now, I will give you the biggest example. People from Ireland and Scotland, it is so difficult to understand what they say,
Yeah.
right? Because they've got some of the harshest accents in the world come from them, okay? Now, if you, let's say, for example, if a person from Scotland comes to India, okay,
Mm.
and he has that harsh Scottish accent, and
Right.
he wants to get certain things from people in India, do you think people will understand what he says?
No.
Very difficult, right?
Yes, yes. Difficult.
So that's the reason why I say that having a neutral accent is the best accent.
Right. And what kind of challenges do you face as a trainer of voice and accent, since you're training Indian people? So what are the challenges that you face? Because a lot of people like to have a Western kind of accent, maybe US or British. So is there any challenges that you face while training people?
The one, it's not comparing the accents. I'll take the accents away. The one major problem that people do, maybe 80 to 90% of the people who are learning the language, they have this thing where they are thinking in their native language and then speaking in English.
Right, right.
Okay. So usually what happens is when you translate from a native language to English,
Mm.
it becomes grammatically incorrect. The sentence formation, the sentence structure becomes absolutely haywire.
Mhm.
Okay. So the basic philosophy that people need to understand is think in English, speak in English. This is what you need to keep in mind. In the beginning, people might find it difficult because they are so well versed with their local languages
Yes.
and they tend to translate and then it comes out as broken English. But they must understand that if they think in English and speak in English, they will learn much faster. So that is the one challenge that I face as a trainer for people who are at the basic level of English. Once you reach the intermediate level, the people who are at the intermediate level, they have already started thinking in English and speaking in English.
Mm.
So other than that, there are not a lot of uh, problems.
Right.
Sometimes, yes, I do find people who try to put on a fake accent and then you can't understand what they say.
Mhm.
And that's why I tell them, just have a neutral accent.
Mm. I can totally relate to what you're saying. That's true. Also, there was something else on my mind and it just slipped out of my mind. Okay, yeah, since you were talking about thinking in English, right? I have spoken to people who are also in the intermediate levels of speaking English. even for them, I notice that they are still thinking in their native language and then answering me. That affects their fluency. So, is there some difference between a beginner thinking in English and an intermediate thinking in English, or the procedure is the same? How do they think
So
in English?
there are many levels. So
Hmm.
so I will give you the British Council levels.
Okay.
A1, A2,
Hmm.
B1, B2, C1, C2. Okay.
Right.
A1, A2, basic. B1, B2, intermediate. C1, C2, expert. Not
Right.
expert, fluent. Okay. So B1 and B2, you can A1 and A2, you can expect people to think in the local language and then try to speak in English, and it's absolutely incorrect, broken English. They are hardly able to get sentences out properly. Then
Hmm.
you come to B1. B1, people are they tend to still think in their local language and then speak in English. However, they are more advanced than the beginners, more advanced than the A1 and A2. Then you
Hmm.
come to a person who has a little more knowledge and a bigger grasp on the language. That is when they come to the B2 level. Once they cross the B2 level, when they come to C1, okay, C1 is for people who are absolutely excellent in the language.
Right.
And C2 are people who are either brilliant in the language or they are native English speakers. So that's the difference.
Hmm. And what has vocabulary got to do with advanced English? Or, when you have a daily conversation, how important it is for you to use advanced vocabulary or phrases?
It's not really necessary in day-to-day conversation with people,
Mhm.
right? I would say that if you want to use advanced vocabulary, it should be topic related. For example,
Mhm.
uh, if a doctor goes to a conference, okay, a doctor's conference. Now, everyone over there are doctors, right? So he can use complicated words. Why? Because everyone in the conference will be able to understand what he says. Now, take a doctor, okay, who
Mhm.
is higher than an MBBS, okay, and take that doctor, tell him to use his complicated language in front of a group of engineers. How many people will be able to understand him?
True. The words
Right?
and everything is going to be different.
Got it? So it should be topic related. So say, for example, if you're going to teach a certain topic, okay, if you're going to speak on a certain topic, only then should you inculcate different kinds of words. However, it sometimes becomes difficult for people to understand what you say when you use complicated words. So, what I
Mm.
would say is, especially when a person is on a platform like YouTube, simplify your language as much as possible so that everyone can understand what you say.
True that. And that is the main reason why I'm not a lot into advanced vocabulary. Only in some situations where I get to talk to fluent speakers, I tend to use a little more complex vocabulary. But other than that, there are a lot of people who are beginners who follow the channel. And once you are like talking to the masses, it's important that you speak basic English so that people can relate to you. It can widen your reach as well. So that is what even I believe and advocate. Basic English is the best and it sounds beautiful because it is understandable by anyone. Even advanced speakers will understand you, even beginners will understand you. That's
Absolutely.
true. Okay. So,
Shanta, I believe we've reached the end of the session.
oh, okay.
Yeah, it's already
Is it?
been over 20
Okay.
minutes. Yeah.
I never noticed that.
Yeah.
Okay.
You see, when you have a beautiful conversation with someone, time just flies, you know?
Right. And it
So,
was wonderful. Mm-hmm.
hey, it was a brilliant conversation with you. I absolutely loved speaking with you. Uh, I hope that I could have more sessions with you in the future. Just let the person know that you would like more sessions with me. And if you have any other questions to clarify, just make a note of them. And then when we have our session for the next time, I will help you with everything that you need. All right?
We'll do that. And I'm really sorry I did not give you an opportunity to ask questions to me. I
Oh,
just
no,
kept
no, no.
bombarding.
No, this is the best thing about this platform is that we actually give the person like you,
Hmm.
we give you the talk time. Our talk time should be minimal. Your talk time should be more.
Hmm. Okay.
Anyway,
So,
I hope you have a great day and take care in the weather.
yes, yes. You too. It was
Definitely.
really wonderful talking to you, and I really appreciate that you shared your knowledge with all the people who are going to watch the video. Lovely talking to you. Take care. I look forward to talking to you again.
Pleasure was all mine. See you, Shanta. Bye bye.
Bye.